So my name is Kara, and I'll be your host today. And then we have our co-host with us as well, PJ. So let's go ahead and take a look at the blueprint for today. So we're going to cover some tips for using Canva in tourism marketing, starting with just building a consistent brand identity, as well as using templates for an easier design. We'll also discuss how to incorporate some really high quality images, optimize your design for different devices, and then add interactive elements in as well to drive action. And then we'll also explore some ways to showcase your customer reviews. And we'll basically just be going through the best top 10 tips that we can give you for tourism marketing, especially. And then I'll share a few master tips for perfecting each slide as well. And then we'll wrap up at the end with a quick Q&A and discussion if you have any questions. Okay, so we are starting off looking at brand kits for consistent branding. So a strong, consistent visual identity really helps to build your brand recognition and trust. So whether you're promoting a destination, a tour package, or just a local experience, using your brand's colors, your fonts, your logo, your audience will just instantly recognize your content and then associate it with your business. So to set up a brand kit in Canva is pretty simple. It's available for Canva Pro users, but you head over to the brand kit section. And then you can upload your logo. You can select your brand colors that you like to use or select your preferred fonts as well. And then you can even create custom color palettes for different themes, such as if you want to do an additional palette for summer or winter time, or maybe you have a festival or a special event going on. This will allow you to just save in those custom palettes as well. And then once your brand kit is set, Canva will automatically apply it to your designs. So this will help just keep everything consistent that you're sharing. And so a few master tips we have here are when you're doing this, we want to choose brand fonts and colors that really match the emotions that we want to evoke. So for an example, a farm to table brand may use like a rusty earthy colors to just convey that authenticity and the connection that they have with nature as well. And then don't forget to save your templates with your brand kit. So they'll be preloaded. So you can skip this setup for every new design. You'll have everything saved and you can just apply it to all of the designs as you go. All right, next up, we're looking at leveraging templates for a quick design. So templates are just a huge time saver, really. And they help to ensure that your designs look very polished, but allow you very minimal effort as well. So instead of starting from scratch, you can really easily customize pre-designed tablets that align with your tourism marketing goals. And so this will just leave you a lot more time to focus on content. And then Canva offers templates as well that are specific for tourism marketing. So there's brochures, social media posts, event flyers. So just simply choosing a template that fits your campaign and then customize it with your images and your brand kit. And then you can adjust layouts or swap elements as well to make sure that your design is really aligning with your message. And so a couple of tips we have here for templates is to just create a template bank by saving your favorite templates that you find in the favorites folder or your project section so that they're just easy to find for future campaigns. And then even though templates are pre-designed, we want to always be sure to just modify them to suit each specific promotion or event so that your marketing stays very fresh and very relevant. Okay, now tip number 3, we talk about this a lot, but high quality relevant photos are very important. Great visuals are just very powerful. They create that emotional connection with your audience and just make them more likely for your audience to engage with your content. So for tourism marketing, high quality images of destinations, local experiences, and people just really tap into that sense of wanderlust and help build desire for the experience. So when selecting images, we want to choose one that just showcase the uniqueness of our destination or our service, steering clear of more generic stock photos, just aiming for authenticity. So you can upload and enhance your images using Canva's photo editor. and adjust for brightness or contrast to just get that perfect look that you want. And then don't forget to resize these as well for different platforms. And so a few tips here on photos we have, just think about the story that each image tells. We want to really select photos that help narrate the campaign story. And then always keep in mind to leverage our user-generated content as well to showcase authentic experiences. And then another important tip here is to apply consistent filters or presets across your visuals. So we want to try to keep the saturation and the color of the images consistent, just to keep the overall branding consistent and cohesive. Okay, so no, tip number 4, we're moving on. We have grids and frames for consistent layouts. So these are kind of a little tricky to use at first if you haven't tried them yet on Canva, but once you get the hang of it, it's pretty simple. But grids and frames just help create a very structured design so that your images are just looking very polished and professional, making sure that your images, your text, and other elements stay very aligned. It just makes it very visually appealing for your audience. So for tourism marketing, this is very useful as well because it can help you showcase multiple destinations, activities, or experiences in just a very clean and organized way that's easy to navigate. And so to use them in Canva, you will simply choose a grid or frame layout from Canva's Elements tab and drag it into your design. And then you can replace the placeholder images with your own by dragging and dropping them as well. You can also adjust the size of the grid or the shape of the frame as well to fit your content and help maintain a very balanced look. And then a couple of master tips here are to just try experimenting with custom grids if you want a unique layout or you need something specific. And then if you're showcasing multiple experiences, such as maybe a tour and dining options, using several grids and frames within the same design to help keep your content very organized and easy to digest as well. Okay, so for tip number 5, we are looking into infographics for travel information. Infographics are great. They're a great way to just really make complex travel details, such as itineraries, local tips, or even statistics, just very easy for everyone to take in. And they're visually engaging, they're shareable, and they help your audience to just quickly grasp the key details that you want to share. So to create one, you can head over to Canva's infographic templates, and where you'll find pre-designed layouts that will help you customize your needs. So whether that's for an itinerary or maybe tips for travelers. And then using icons, charts, or very minimal text to very clearly convey your information. And so a couple of tips we have for infographics are try to keep it simple. We don't want to overload our infographic with too much information. So just sticking to the essentials, breaking up the text with icons or visuals, and then highlighting key takeaways with a bold text or bold colors or larger fonts for the most important points that we have, making it easier to just skim and really take in. And then we don't want to forget to use just short, quick titles such as top 3 local experiences, just something attention grabbing like that. It just makes the infographic that much more compelling for them to stop and read. Okay, number 6 on our list is a design custom maps and routes. So this is a very invaluable tool for tourism marketing, especially for rural communities and small businesses. So custom maps help tourists really visualize their journey. It helps to make their experience more seamless and enjoyable. So whether it might be a scenic hiking path, a city tour, a road trip route, maps help to guide the travelers to our key locations. And for smaller destinations, they can really make a big impact. So for small businesses too, just creating a simple custom map to share on your digital platforms like your website or social media. This can really help customers or visitors to find your location, nearby attractions, or key landmarks. So to create one, you can start with a blank design. and use Canva's Elements tab to find map icons, arrows, or lines to draw the route. You can also customize the map with your location names, landmarks, and your points of interests. If you already have a map image that you would like to share, you can upload your map image as the background and then use Canva's drawing tools to create a custom route. And so a couple of tips here we have, same as infographics, we want to keep it simple, focus on key landmarks or key routes. Too much detail can really clutter the map. And then also just highlighting important places along the route, such as hotels, attractions, and restaurants to really help travelers make informed decisions and just ensure that they have a very smooth, enjoyable visit. Okay, tip number 7 on our list, we are going into optimizing your designs for different devices. So this is very important. I've tried to include some detail on this slide, but people view content on all sorts of devices. So whether it be a mobile phone, a tablet, or a desktop, it's very important that we optimize our designs to just create a very seamless experience just across the board. And so this is especially important for tourism marketing, where your visuals may appear on social media or websites. And so Canva automatically adjusts the dimensions for various templates, like social media posts or social media ads. But it's always a good idea to double check these elements as well, such as logos, text, images, and making sure that they're not getting cut off on different platforms. And so if you have Canva Pro, the best way to do this is to use the resize tool to quickly adjust your design for multiple formats. And then a couple of tips here is just to make sure to always test your design on multiple devices, especially mobile, before finalizing and sharing your design, just to ensure everything looks great on both, and it's translating through the phone to the laptop and so forth. And then when designing for mobile, we really want to make sure that our text is large enough that it's easily readable without having to zoom in as well. Okay, tip number 8, we're talking about incorporating interactive elements. So this is like links and buttons added into your designs. These elements are really great for driving action, so making it just easier for tourists to book, inquire, or explore your offerings. So adding interactive features to your digital assets can really significantly boost your engagement and your conversions as well. Now in Canva, you can easily add clickable buttons by using the Elements tool and then selecting shapes such as rounded rectangles to create your buttons. Then you'll go in and link your website or your booking page or any other relevant URL. And then for email campaigns, we want to also ensure that our buttons are clearly visible and include a call to action, such as book now or learn more. And this will just help guide our users. So a few tips we have here is to make your buttons clear and bold by using contrasting colors and just keep the text very short and very direct. And then also to consider what maybe you don't use a link, but using a QR code, especially on your print materials, such as brochures or posters. And these can be created very easily in Canva as well by using the search bar to search QR code generator. Okay, we are moving on. We're almost through our top 10 tips. We're on tip number 9. We're looking at showcasing reviews in a visual format. So customer reviews are one of the most powerful forms of social proof. So when you display them visually, they capture the attention and then make positive feedback just more trustworthy and shareable. And so in Canva, you can create a quote card by selecting a text template or designing a custom layout with a photo background. So here you can simply insert the customer's testimonials, just making sure that the text is standing out with a good contrast against the background, adding in customer photos and images of the destination alongside. This is great. A couple of tips here, though, are using like the user-generated content, your customers' photos to really enhance your credibility in addition to the review. And then showing real people enjoying the experience. Or to pair this with a short story to just kind of give a fuller picture of what's going on of the experience, just giving more context. So, for example, I would say PJ and his family spent an unforgettable summer weekend in Caldwell County, and here's what they had to say. So, it kind of, rather than just posting PJ's review, kind of give an overall context of what's going on. All right, our last Canva tip for the day is to utilize the resize tool to showcase content over multiple platforms. So we touched on this a minute ago, but we're resizing our designs to just ensure our content looks great no matter where it's shared. This is especially important for social media marketing. It will also save you a lot of time too, because you won't need to recreate a new graphic for each platform. You'll just need to resize what you already have. So for Canva Pro users, it's really just as simple as clicking the resize button, and then you can choose from the preset dimensions for popular platforms such as Instagram or Instagram stories, Facebook, Twitter, and so forth. We just want to be sure when we're doing this to adjust the text size and the layout if needed, so that the content stays very legible and very visually appealing for each platform. Now, a couple of tips to keep in mind here is to use custom resizing for your unique needs. So whether it be blogs or email newsletters, to just tailor your content perfectly. And then also remembering that resizing doesn't always perfectly translate every single detail. So once we resize, we want to, glance and double check that our spacing, text, our visual elements, and everything are still aligned. All right, so those are our top 10 tips. So I want to give you a few key takeaways with you today as we wrap up. So first, maintaining consistency across your designs is very important. So using tools that we talked about, such as brand kits, grids, and frames to ensure that your visuals, your colors, and your fonts and layouts just remain very cohesive across all of your content. And the next is optimizing for user engagement. This is very important, incorporating interactive elements like the buttons or the links or the QR codes. This will help to drive action and just make it easier for your customers to view your offerings as well. And then leverage our visual content to make an impact. So showcasing customer reviews and our high quality photos, this helps build trust and create that emotional connection with our audience, making our brand more relatable and in turn more shareable as well. And then finally, just always designing for multiple platforms. So using the resize tool on Canva, testing your designs across your devices to make sure they look great, everywhere from mobile and desktop to print. All right, so that's what we have for you today. I hope these tips will be helpful for you, and we will head over to our chat now to see if